The economy, as many people will have noticed, has suffered a sort of slow puncture since the EU referendum in 2016. And the Brexit vote has probably contributed quite a bit to that. So there are sort of three different dimensions to this. One is that investment has been lower than you would have expected it otherwise to have been. This is because companies don't really know exactly what's going to happen to their trading relationships. As a result of that, they've been postponing investment. So investment is 15% lower, and that contributes to weaker GDP. Another thing which has gone on is that productivity has been weaker. And partly this is because management have been wasting their time preparing for Brexit events which haven't happened. So we were due to leave at the end of March, we didn't. But a lot of preparation time went into that, and that's resulted in productivity being lower. And the third thing is that the pound is substantially lower than it was before the vote. It's about 15% lower than it was before the vote. And that's pushed up import prices, and that's made living standards a bit worse than they would otherwise have been. So putting that all together, we think the output is about 2 to 3% lower than it would have been already as a consequence of the decision to leave the EU, even though we haven't left yet. On the basis that the Prime Minister's deal is agreed and we have a free trade agreement with the EU, then our estimate is that GDP will be about 3 to 4% weaker than it would otherwise have been because of that. And the reason for that is that we are leaving a single market which is large and is very close to us. Now that may not seem a big number, but it's roughly equivalent to what Wales contributes to UK GDP at the moment. Free trade agreements usually focus on goods, and they don't really focus much on services. So after leaving the EU, there will be more regulations, more barriers than there are at the present. On that scale of a 0 to 100, where 100 means free access to the EU, 0 would mean that you wouldn't be able to sell that service at all to the EU. And what experts think is that the relationship that the UK would have with the EU after exit is roughly equivalent to 25 on that scale.